entertainment news this morning. Marvel Studios' Black Panther comes out next Friday, and there's a ton of buzz about this movie.
That's right. Advanced ticket sales are surpassing any other film that's ever opened in the first quarter, and here's a sneak peek.
What do you know about Wakanda? It's a third world country. Textiles, shepherds, cool outfits, all a front. Explorers have searched for it. Called it El Dorado. They looked for it in South America. But it was in Africa the whole time. I'm the only one who's seen it. And made it out alive.
Marvel commissioned a 2017 prose novel to give new fans a backstory and some inside information on the superhero prince and his kingdom.
So here with us now is the author of Black Panther. Who is the Black Panther? Jesse J. Holland. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love seeing your face because I know you're so excited about this book because you're such a Black Panther nerd.
Right. I mean, I've been reading comic books my entire life, and so when Marvel came and gave me a chance to write a novel about my favorite comic book character, I was just through the roof.
You are so fun to listen to.
Yes.
Because I know you have the superhero costumes at home with your kids.
I might have a couple here and there.
You might have a couple, right? I know I have them with my son. But Chadwick Boseman, who plays the Black Panther, went to Howard University. You're in D.C. Have you guys met each other?
You know, I got to meet Chadwick Boseman last year when he was in D.C., and he and I, we had this great conversation. And you know, most of the time people want authors to sign their books. I had Chadwick Boseman sign my book for me, so that's that copy that will never leave my house ever again.
Put it up somewhere up high.
The King of Wakanda got to sign my book, so yeah, he's a great guy. I loved meeting him.
What is it about Black Panther for maybe folks that don't know the story and why he's so iconic?
Well, the Black Panther was the first black mainstream superhero. He came before everybody else, before Black Lightning, before Luke Cage. So when I was growing up, there were not many comic book characters who looked like me. So when I got that first Black Panther comic book when he was co-starring in the Avengers, I immediately just glommed right on him and followed his adventures from that point on. I've had years and years and years of following the Black Panther. Marvel, in fact, offered to send me Black Panther comic books to do my research. I had to tell them, no thanks, I already got them all down my basement. I'm good, I got them all.
You were prepared for the role your entire life.
Exactly.
The fun thing about you is you're a dad, and you go out and you speak to children about not only creating your own stories, but creating your own superheroes. Why is that important to you?
Well, one of the things that, especially with children, you want them to explore that imagination that they have. Because I remember as a child, I always had myself in the superhero costumes. I made up these characters for myself. But sometimes we lose that if it isn't nurtured. I was lucky enough that my parents were teachers and they nurtured that writing in me. So I'm trying to do the same thing for some children around the country and around, especially here in the DC area, and especially at my children's school. So we try to get them going and keep that imagination rolling because once they start writing, they never stop.
I love that. I want to know though what the pressure was like. I mean, it's an iconic character. It's somebody you know. Marvel's coming to you. What was the pressure like to write this and get it right?
Well, you know, it really was a bit of pressure here because while the character had appeared in comic books, this was the very first novel ever featuring this character. So you want to do it right because I knew the movie was coming out, and I wanted to make sure that people who had never been introduced to the character would know what they're seeing, would know how important, how cool T'Challa is going to be when you see him on screen. As I'm watching these trailers for the movie, I can see some of the same ideas that I use in this book, and I want to be sure that people who read the book would know who these characters are when they went to see the movie.
Now, we saw a little bit of the rise of the Black Panther in Captain America Civil War.
Right.
And like I said, I grew up with all sisters, so now that I have a son and I have my husband who likes, I'm going to these movies and I'm learning.
Right,
so what can you tell people who are where I'm at, where we're adults learning about the Marvel comics and the heroes? Who is the Black Panther?
Well, the first thing I would tell y'all is go pick up my book.
Okay.
Because it's hard to find a succinct history of the Black Panther. You'd have to read 30 years of comic books. But if you went in my novel, I take those years and years of comic books and put them together into one succinct origin. And all of the characters you're going to see in the movie, the Black Panther's sister Shuri, his bodyguards, the Dora Mahali, all of those are in the novel, and it will give you a background of who these characters are and what their motivations are when you see the movie. So the Black Panther is one of the iconic superheroes. He's a scientist, he's rich, and he's strong.
And he's on a mission. Another one of your books I read to my son, I didn't know I was going to meet you someday, Finn's Story. Excellent.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I mean, I've had a great couple of years. I've gotten to write a Star Wars novel for young adults and got to write a Marvel Studios novel with Black Panther. I mean, this has been the culmination of a lifelong dream for me.
I love it. Fiction, nonfiction, you've got some incredible books related to Black history. Jesse, thank you for sharing. We're so happy for you. I love the joy in your face.
Thank you for having me.
Living out a childhood dream right
there. Exactly.
Jesse, thanks so much. We'll be right back.